Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a heroic Chainsword build for the Bulwark class in Space Marine 2 Patch 12 using the Blood Angel skin because we actually got all of the Blood Angels cosmetics for the most part on the Bulwark class now, and that means we can also swap our Blood Angel skin to the heroic Chainsword. Now, all of the balanced weapons in Patch 12 got a base damage buff that also includes a 10% buff to the heroic chainsword and the heroic power sword, so pretty cool stuff there, and we're building around that today. Now for the perk tree on this weapon, we are going to be using the heroic version, so we get the perk effect Fist Fight. You can perform an additional heavy attack after a quick punch. Also, a front kick is replaced with a quick punch, and all heavy attacks deal 15% more damage. Now, this will allow you to skip over certain parts of the combo into a stomp attack, which is why things like Trampling Stride for double stomps are actually pretty good in this weapon, because basically all you have to do with this weapon is a light attack into a heavy attack, and then you're immediately into another heavy attack for a stomp. It's actually like skipping one of the normal combo options, which is actually pretty good and way more damaging. Now, for the perk tree here, I do take Perpetual Strength into the perk Swift Recovery for double CHP recovery on heavy attacks. We pretty much only use heavy attacks on this weapon, so kind of a no-brainer. Then I move here into the perk Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength for a melee damage increase of 10%, and then we pick up the perk Reverberating Impact for an AoE radius increase of 50% on our stomp attacks. We are going to be stomping all the time in this build, so a really good perk for us. And the next perk here is Combined Onslaught for 10% more damage on light combos, into the perk Heavy Onslaught for even more heavy attack damage. Now the perk up here is by far the most important one, which is Trampling Stride. After performing a stomp, hold the attack button to perform an additional stomp. The double stomps are pretty strong on this weapon. They're also really cool to look at, so really all upside on this perk in my opinion. And the final perks I take are Hard Target and Majora Slayer for 10% bonus damage to Majora's enemies. Though if you want to go down here for Extremis Slayer, you can definitely do that instead, but that is up to you. And that's pretty much all there is for the Chainsword setup here. Now for my secondary here, I do take the ammo reserve option on the relic tier for the heavy bolt pistol, mainly because I just hate fighting Zoanthropes with a plasma pistol, and this one will help out with that a ton, and running out of ammo on the Bulwark class really does suck. Now for the perk tree here, I do take Divine Might first, move down here to Perpetual Penetration, Increased Capacity, Extended Magazine, and Death Strike. Death Strike says after killing a Majora Silver higher enemy in melee combat, you will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. This will also trigger off of a melee finisher, so just keep that in mind. And the next perk here is Great Might, up into the perk Discipline. When you have low ammo, you deal 25% more damage. And then you grab the perk here, Strong Finish, Headhunter, Gunstrike Reload, and Tactical Precision for 20% more headshot damage, and non-headshot damage decreasing by 10%. Now, I talk about this perk all the time. Headshot damage is still all that matters on pretty much every bolter weapon in the game, so definitely pick this up. The only time I'd skip this is on like a grenade launcher, but to be honest, even there, it's still worth taking, so that's what we're going with today. And that's pretty much all there is for the secondary. But I will say, if you want to take a Neo Volkite, I would probably set it up this way on either variant. If you want to take a Plasma Pistol, I would set it up this way. That is all up to you. I'm just taking this one for me, and that is pretty much everything there is for the secondary. Now for the perk tree here, I do take Intimidating Aura first. Once again, a Perfect Time Parry deals AoE damage within a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. Now this perk is by far the best in this column, besides like maybe Conviction sometimes. But as far as damage goes, it is just free damage. This allows you to hit breakpoints in just one combo Majora's off a parry Gunstrike. Though if you want to take forward momentum for more damage, this one can be pretty fun, and Conviction does make you way tankier. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting. If you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 25% less damage from range attacks. Moving here into the perk Armor Reinforcement. Non-Fisher Gun Strikes restore 1 armor segment. Now, I do take this for armor restore against Tyranids, though I will say if you're fighting Chaos, I would probably take the perk Steel Within instead, because I think this one's just a bit better against range spam, but that is also up to you. And for the team perk, I take Advanced Conditioning. Contested health fades 50% more slowly for all team members, because this is just more fun to use on this build mainly, because double stomps are pretty slow to come out sometimes, and having this extra CHP timing can help you out a lot. Next perk here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies with its area of effect, and pretty much because this is just a free shock nade on your banner. It will wipe out Minoris, wipe out Majora's at times with Glory's Shield, because it almost 100 to zeros them, and it does significant damage to Extremis and Terminus. It really is a top value perk, though you might even be able to run things like Rapid Regeneration if you really wanted to, though on this column, I do think Purity of Purpose is a bit better. Next perk here is Glory's Shield. All team members in the banner's area of effect take 20% less damage, and the banner lasts 20% longer. Longer lasting banners feel really good in this game, and having more banners instead of like an increased cooldown from a figuring icon, I think it's just way more fun for the Bulwark, and the damage reduction here is also quite substantial, so it is my preferred perk. Next perk here is Immerse Resolve. After a Shield Bash, Shield Rush, or Thunder Hammer Pummel Smash, melee damage increases by 15%. You do not lose control from heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This is the main form of no knockback on this build. I am not taking Armored Advance on this one, though if you do want to pick this perk up, you could take things like Inspiration or Rejuvenating Effect instead. I'm not doing that today, so I'm grabbing this. Next perk here is Defensive Mastery. A perfect time parry or block instantly incapacitates a Majora's or Extremis level enemy. The cooldown is 90 seconds. Now, auto-removing an Extremis from a boss fight is incredibly valuable in this game. Usually the way you die in Space Marine 2 is a melee Terminator, a Lictor, or a Ravener will just lock you into like a Carnifex hit or a Hellbrute hit and stuff like that. So being able to auto-remove them, that will save your life and make the entire mission go way more easily. And a 90-second cooldown may seem like a very long time, but it's really not too bad. Now, for my prestige perk list, I do take Resilience first. Medicae Sims restore 40% more HP. Moving here into the perk Overcharge. Held and charge attack damage increases by 20%. You know, you pretty much take this all the time because it is a 20% multiplicative melee damage increase to the heaviest hitting attacks in Space Marine 2. But on this weapon especially, the Heroic Chainsword is all heavy attacks, so definitely grab this because Fist Fight is like the perfect synergy for Overcharge. Next perk here is Powerful Shot. Range damage increases by 20%. Moving here into the perk Masterful Defense once again. Ability charge restored by 1% for every blocked range attack, just because this is a top tier CDR perk. Though I will say, if you want to skip over Powerful Shot for Standard Bearer, this one says when Chapter Banner activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. Because this perk gives you invulnerability, and invulnerability is the ultimate form of no knockback in Space Marine 2. Any attack that it hits you during this 2-second window will phase right through you, and that means once you plant your banner down, getting off a double stomp is very easy because you cannot be knocked back by anything. So if you want to do that, you definitely could. I'm just building it this way today because I just prefer that. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Heroic Chainsword definitely feels better this patch than it did last time. It was in danger of falling off quite a bit, but they finally buffed it up a little bit. You know, 10% is like super substantial, but it does help out. It does feel better, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye. Boss spawn points. We got a Carnifex. It's actually pretty easy for us. I say now. Look at this range spam though. Holy shit. Can you guys just chill out? Oh, I'm glad that works to the floor. Oh, felt the wind on that one. I don't want to sit in range spam over there, so I'm gonna move over here. Man, there have been a disproportionate amount of range enemies recently in this game. Kind of surprised we got a Carnifex, that usually gives me a Neuro Throw when I play Bulwark. Have you played PvP? You ask a frog if he, you ask a fish if he has walked on land, yet it is an act that would surely kill him. No, I have not played PvP. Or I would die. Okay. Oh. Walk right off.
Maybe doing that early was a little bit of a mistake. Awesome. A million miles of range spam just for me. Alright, give me the jump. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's all timed. Epic. Somebody should make a mod so you can play as orcs. I mean, if there was a mod that lets you play as orcs in this game, it'd probably be super janky. Super duper janky. Alright, is there any way you can play together? I'm not doing viewers games today, but tomorrow I should be on for a bit for the weekly. I'll play there. How does this game compare now to launch? It is magnitudes, orders of magnitude better. Significantly better game. In fact, the game now compared to launch is so much better that like I don't even know how I enjoyed launch at all. The launch for this game, the balance of PvE was garbage. I didn't realize you never played PvP. I mean, that's kind of shocking. I don't know when have I ever played PvP a single time. When have you ever seen that? I think the majority of this game's player base is play PvP. If PvP had like a thriving ecosystem, sure, I'd play it, but it doesn't. No, I don't. Ah, yes, the Enraged Devourer plus summon for my favorite combo. Does anybody know if charge push on the work with the power axe? Yes, they do. Try searching. What's the thing you don't like about PvP? I mean, I don't really care to play this game like an competitive arena shooter at all. I don't think the PvP for this game is bad. Just not really my cup of tea, you know? That's not why I play this game. It's, you know, I hear from the people I know that play PvP a lot, they say the game is great bones, the content's just kind of light on the PvP portion. Any tips on how to work on your parry? I mean, double tapping parry usually means you're gonna get it every time. Beyond that, it's just like know the enemy attack pattern. What's up, FTG? What's up, Raptor? Where's he reading comments from? Twitch. Twitch and YouTube.
Only orders on this, officer.
Like, the PvP in this game is really popping at launch, but yeah, like, it's pretty obvious where Sabers put most of their effort towards, which is obviously the PvE, because the PvE is where 90% of the game's player base is. And PvP still gets updates, but it's not remotely as substantial as the PvE does. Go over
Proceed
here.
to the Promethium refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
How purity of purposely is just peak. The PvP ping is dog. I think your PvP ping probably heavily depends on where you're playing from. Like most ping, right? I'm just walking around here. We'll stop him eventually. Where's Aura stomping until he gets over here? The little guy status is fraud for FTG. Well, I am a little guy. I don't know what you're talking about. I am 5'2".
Stay close and sharp.
Why is the stream in portrait mode? Because you're on the mobile stream. It's in the title. He has a heroic weapon tier list vid. I do, and I think that's all. I think that tier list is still true as well. I might update the class tier list, but I doubt it. The only thing that really moved is the Tech Marine. I probably put him in like A now. After Battlefield repairs, and like they also fixed his punishing salvo perk. A much better spot. Did you ever stream on TikTok? Maybe. Maybe if I wanted like more brain rot in my chat, I would do that. You're 5'6", tall king. Mobile comments already a stretch. Yeah, I think, you know, I feel like the percentage of brain rot, just like depending on the the resolution of your stream, it goes. Or it's not even the mode, the aspect ratio. It changes. We're not seriously 5'2". I am totally 5'2", dude. What do you mean? How could I not be 5'2"? You ever seen me? Didn't think so. Okay. Thank you. That's a 2-for-1er. Six 6'4" here, not even 7 feet tall, dude. Sorry, man, you're not tall unless you can play in the NBA. That works. That's what Shaq told me. I don't know, guys. What is the shortest NBA player? Like 6'8"? I have no idea. He's 58 years old, 5'2", 300 pounds of pure muscle and bald. I think you just die if you're like 5'2" and 300 pounds of anything. Imagine how hard your heart would have to work being three. Okay, I'm just pay attention.
You are making good time. We are going to need it.
Okay. 5'3" is the shortest NBA player. Holy shit! If only I was an inch taller.
Preparations were close before the guard was wiped out. Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment.
There's a 5'3" NBA player. Okay, maybe this shit really is just like seal issue. Hold on.
What is good for you?
Is he like 5'2" but built like a oh no. Does he have like disproportionately long arms? Alright, let's call it.
Delta Charge Prime. Deploying now. Rates of activation have been observed. Generators come with a machine constant. Brain sequencing initialized. Delivering payload.
Oh, that's a mistake. I get the parry off of the gun striking for that, but no.
Mechanical adjustments in occurrence generated one. Followed only the
3:03 a.m. Thank you for the prime for 7 months. Goddamn, we streamed for 7 months. Holy fuck. Okay, let's go over here. Where's the Phantom Manor around this?
dislodge the enemy from that generator. X-axis aligned by the Omnissiah's will. This is a precise operation. We will have to hold out.
Your most favorite generator is under attack. That's true. Generator 1 is my favorite generator. It wouldn't be number 1 otherwise, you know?
Detecting my setting lines. Generator 2 needs support.
Generator 2. Dude. I honestly just... Fuck this. Alright, you know, if we're ranking most annoying enemies in the game, this one's number 1. Chaos Spawn arcaded for unjustified reasons, I feel. But like this guy, it's all justified. Alright, what spawn? Just like, okay, 4 of these guys? Look at Extremis flip. There he is. He reveals himself. Like a Geonosian in Attack of the Clones. I just remember that time when Anakin just like hacked apart a bunch of innocent bugs. Like he just went into their factory and just killed a bunch of drones. Like those were not, what do you call them? Geonosian warriors and all those were drones. They were just workers in the droid factory and just started like chopping them in half. I mean, granted the warriors it did show up, but like imagine if, you know, you were working a steel mill, right? And like some guy just like sneaks in and the moment you crawl out of your thing and like, hey dude, get off our turf, you punch him once, he just pulls out a sword and just chops you in half. Basically the same thing, right? But then again, Anakin's not exactly new to killing a bunch of innocent people. Like the drone came back from his break. Pretty much. All the innocent Tusken Raiders slaughtered, that's true. My favorite thing of watching Anakin stands is watching them defend the Tusken Raider slaughter. Like, they're like barely people, guys. Like, don't even worry about it. It's just a Tusken Raider. Kind of fucked up. Not gonna lie. Pretty sure it was intended to be fucked up. They were people to Boba Fett. Yeah, the Boba Fett show definitely made Anakin look more like a bit of a nut job. That was back when Star Wars was like, hold on, I'm gonna say that the prequel Star Wars was still better than like whatever the hell it is now. Anybody hyped for what do they call it? Grogu, Mandalorian and Grogu, that super hit film that everyone's gonna be watching. That's an aura, we don't even dodge the beam. If we did, we tried. Darth Maul's been goated so far. Here's a real question: like, where the fuck does Star Wars even go from here? Like, where does it go? Because it all goes to the sequel trilogy, and like, no amount of cope is gonna make that not shit.
Precisely what I require.
Like, no matter what happens in Star Wars, you have to go like way into the future or way into the past, or there's just like no stakes just aren't there. This time skip, yeah. Like 1,000 years. About all they can do. I don't know how Disney fumbled having like all of the original actors came back and Disney still fumbled like all of them. Every single one pretty much. I was there. Okay, we were all there. 2012 is when Disney bought Star Wars. We were like, holy shit, we're gonna get a bunch of movies. And like, I've never seen a franchise get like turned into a fucking conveyor belt of products quite like that. You kind of have the same feeling with Halo now? Oh god, well, if we're talking about dead franchises, Halo's dead. I just looked that up today, actually. I was like, when was the last time we got a Halo game? Was it Halo Infinite? Or like Halo 2, technically, I guess? Halo Wars 2? No, actually, Halo Wars 2 was way before Halo. Yeah, Halo and Star Wars are kind of fucking dead. I think that's part of why 40K is coming so big. It's like, what the fuck else are you gonna play? Like, what other sci-fi franchise is not dead or dying? Mass Effect? Mass Effect's only not dead right now because they're finally reviving it after it died before. That's how, like, Mass Effect already died. Mass Effect had an early death. A death, like, a death that was quick enough and painful enough, or excuse me, painless enough, that like BioWare could just like BioWare could just shelf the entire product line, and now we can revive it without like the entire universe being ruined. Star Wars does not have that. Star Wars is just stuck, tragically stuck. Make Palpatine return again. It would be this. It would technically be the third time. Talking sci-fi, have you seen Owlcats the Expanse trailers for the Alpha? Dude, I have the Alpha, brother. I played that game. I love the Expanse. Great book series. Even though the show actually ended way before the books did. That game was pretty good. Thank you, Mass Effect Andromeda, for murdering Mass Effect before it could become shit all on its own and like a good game, you know? Like, the way Mass Effect died was like one shit video game. The way Star Wars died was like a cataclysmic pile of continuous trash. Like, you know, it's like, it's the difference between spilling milk from a jug on accident, and you're like, oh my god, my milk is spilled, I don't have that milk anymore, that sucks. And like actually flooding your house with milk, and like you got water damage now, I probably have to find a new home. That's how I would describe Star Wars. Star Wars is a franchise that was flooded in milk, blue milk, I would say.
Stay close and sharp.
The cat released a milk tsunami through your front door. Yeah, pretty much.
Come on. We have reached the ambush position.
Yeah, I remember when people hated the Mass Effect 3 ending. Nothing that happened in Mass Effect 3 was remotely as bad as what happened in like the other franchises we're talking about. Halo and Star Wars were like fucking dead. Like there was a time when like Star Wars comics were coming out, everyone was like super excited, the Darth Vader line was still happening. That's no longer the case. Like these franchises are just dead, and for the most, well, not like dead straight up. Halo's kind of alive. Star Wars is like on its last ropes, it feels, at least like in terms of like pop culture. It definitely lost the zeitgeist, and that's unfortunate for them. But you know who's there to pick up the mantle? Warhammer 40k. Warhammer 40k has been biding its time. The greatest Imperial comeback of all time.
The swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding.
Warhammer 40k coming into the mainstream would be like the God Emperor returning right after the Dark Age technology starting Great Crusade, okay? Except, we'll see what the Horus Heresy will be in that scenario. But for now, it's all up, okay? It's all up. We're just in the unification wars right now. Warhammer's not picking up the mantle? Yeah, it is, dude. What isn't? Warhammer's more popular now than it's ever been. I mean, it might never be as popular as, like... It might never be as popular as Halo or Star Wars. Definitely not Star Wars. Star Wars is, like, proper household name mainstream that, like, your mom and dad know about. And 40k is just a niche for that. But 40k is more popular now than it's ever been. I would argue 40k is more popular right now than Halo is by a pretty significant margin. I'm telling you guys, just wait for Total War Warhammer 40k to come out. Watch a Games Workshop stock rise into like fucking orbit from Total War Warhammer 40k. Even if the game sucks, just give it 10 years. I promise you that Total War Warhammer 40k will do tremendous good for the entire franchise, even if it sucks as an actual game. Alright, thanks. That's unfortunate. I just put my fucking turret and clapped my shield in the wrong fucking location.
Almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
God, the balance window is just so ass. I fucking love Wolf Warriors just hiding in Carnifexes. Super fun.
This infestation has persisted for too long. about to detonate.
Oh, I know. Then they unfortunately were stuck behind
Understood.
15 piles of bramble, and
Mana, ready to deploy.
this fucking guy.
Changing magazine. Listen, what in damnation is going on down there? We will miss our window if we do not hurry.
Alright, once you detonate the bomb, you're good.
The storm will not be made into provocation. Tentative biosigns down 90% and full.
Fuck.
Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent. Move to extract. Thunderhawk arriving at evac point. Ramp down and ready. Converge at the extraction point. Hurry! Did you not hear the lieutenant? Move to extract Talassa. Extraction complete. Returning to orbit. Commendable work, brothers. You honor your chapter. Be ready for rearm, refit, and redeployment immediately.
Very epic. I like the heroic Chainsword. It kind of needs a buff. Feel. Chainsword in general, though, like really more the issue. Okay. 1,000 kills. Definitely felt like it.